New at 10, Vicksburg police have determined a deadly crash earlier this week was a tragic accident. A car collided with a man riding an electric bicycle. It happened Monday at the intersection of First North Street and Clay Street. Police identified the victim as Marlon Robinson. Robinson was airlifted to UMMC where he died from his injuries. Officers conducted a thorough investigation and they say no criminal charges will be filed.